what a difference a day makes, or a few days. I didn't even post any new new clips of myself on the YouTube machine. So, oh man, I should have brought my phone. I forgot. Well, forget it. Well, now you're gonna have to use your imagination because I'm tired of. I don't put clips up. I don't put graphics. I don't put anything. I don't put any subscribe. I don't put anything up. For crying out loud, I kind of get mad about all that stuff. You know, you don't have to click like. I'm not interested in pitching a stupid commercial. Whatever. I hate those channels. You know, the best channels are the ones that never ask for money. No Patreon, no nothing. They'll put it in their in the thing, in their whatever bio or whatever. Click a link, but no click hands. I don't even know what I was saying. Oh yeah. So I'm hanging out with one of my buddies, going out to art shows. Was it Thursday? And lo and behold, in the trash for I guess bulk trash night in NYC, somebody throws out a mechanical horse. Now, if you know me and watched my channel or whatever, you know anything about me, you know I work on mechanical rides and horses and whatever, ATM machines, parking meters, what have you. Lots of stuff. And I was on TV with the whole animal. And here in the trash, pretty good shape in terms of fiberglass. I don't know how well it works mechanically, but in terms of like, you know, the look, the fiberglass, whatever, it looked pretty good. Very clean, not abused, because a lot of these things are abused. It's just sitting there in the trash. And this thing, you know, these things weigh a lot. I say about 300 pounds. It's probably less than that. It's good like 200 pounds because it's steel. A lot of it's steel and a motor and a coin box that's made out of metal as well. And a big piece of fiberglass that is the horse. And here it is in the trash. So I'm bugging my face because I'm like, why? Why did someone throw this out? This needs to be saved. And there's no way that I can, like, and it's like already like around 9 o'clock at night. I have no idea what to do with this thing. It has wheels. The wheels are actually in good shape too, because a lot of the ones I use, their wheels are pretty rusted and whatever because they're outside. And time takes its toll and everything rusts. But this thing looked like maybe it was kept indoors and had very little, it had no rust on it. So the wheels worked well, but the wheels are only designed to like move it a few feet here and there. They're not to roll it through New York City traffic or whatever. So I'm like, damn, I tried to roll it. I rolled it across the land seat like halfway, and then I had to turn back. I'm like, I got to put this thing back in the trash. So what I do, I have one of my markers with me, and I found, since it was garbage night, I found like a whole bunch of cardboard, and I wrote a big cardboard sign that says, you know, do not touch, do not remove, will be picked up. So I text my guy that I know in Brooklyn who has got a pickup truck who has the warehouse with the rides where they make the repairs. I'm like, hey, can you come tomorrow morning? Hopefully this thing is still here and pick it up, and we'll either bring it back to my place in Queens or bring it back to the shop in Brooklyn. And then he tells me that he's out of town for the holidays. So I'm just like, damn, you know, this stinks. So I you know, I'm like, I can't bring it home. I can't. There's no way. So I go home, kind of feeling not defeated, but I'm just like, damn, this, you know, maybe I'll get this thing tomorrow. We'll see. And then go to sleep, wake up, go downtown the next day. Lo and behold, the horse is still there. And I'm shocked that it's still there. Sign was still on. People saw the sign, respected the sign. I guess they did. I guess that's what happens. You put a sign up, all the other bulk garbage was taken except for the horse. And then I'm like, you know what? I can't wheel this thing. It's still unyielding, whatever. And I need a dolly. If I put it on like a good dolly, then I could entertain moving it, or at least try to get it to a subway with an elevator. And trying to think like what stops have elevators. And you know what? It's not even about what stops have elevators. It's what stops that have elevators that actually work. Because good luck with that too. So I'm like, I'm on Delancey and Eldridge. I need to get to Bleecker and East Houston or Houston, something like that. I'm like, damn, that's a far, good, that's a good enough walk, just by walking. Imagine pushing a, 200 to 300 pound horse around. So, but I need a dolly, and I'm like, I need to find a hardware store. In 2 blocks, I find an old timey hardware store. Overpaid for a dolly, but what choice do I have? But like a big, thick wooden dolly, stuck it underneath, and I started to move it. I'm moving this thing across to Lansing. I'm going up to the Bowery, and I'm thinking because since we went gallery hopping the night before, there's this place called Happy. It's Time to Be Happy Gallery. It's just a weird name for a gallery. We were there. There's a curator there. They have a lot of kind of street art kind of thingies from like Ron English and a couple of people. And I'm like, you know what? Um, I'm going to push this horse to the front of this guy's gallery and say, hey, here's a horse that I found. I can work on this. I can fix this. Split it 50-50. I fix it, we sell it, and then, it's a good piece for your gallery. And like I burst in the door. I'm like, I look like I looked homeless even the night before. Like I was making the sign, and some like hood rats came behind me, like, hey, watch your stuff because whatever. It's like, be mindful. There's, I'm like, because I had like belongings, and it's like, and I'm like, and I yelled at the dude. I'm like, I'm not homeless, bro. And he's like, oh shit. And I'm like, no. I'm making the sign because he thought I was making a sign to ask for food. I'm like, no, it's a sign for this horse. And I look at him and he's like, oh shit, yo, yeah. And I'm like, because I'm dressed so poorly so often. I mean, look at this now, like my ripped up, like, neon hoodie and stuff. Yeah, people often mistake me for being homeless. So I guess that's how I blend in. And so yeah, I burst into the guy's gallery, and he's like, and then he went for it. He's like, sure, okay, yeah. He looked at the horse. He looked at me. He's like, okay, fine. We'll bring it into his gallery, and we take it. There's like four of us, the four guys, to take it down like a steep incline of stairs, carrying it like a sarcophagus, and there you go. Now, I told him I'd come back Monday, so I just got to bring my tools, and because I don't know the condition mechanically or electronically or otherwise, I didn't get a chance to inspect it, but I told him I'd be back Monday with my tools. So what does it all mean? I don't know. I don't know. I was telling my buddy, because it was like such a weird night, I have no idea what it means cosmically. And it's just like, is there any reason for anything at all? Like the one guy that could come across this thing, and I've never seen it in the trash. I've never seen like a mechanical thing. And I have the exact duplicate of that ride at my studio. So, and I'm trying to like go through my mind. I'm like, what does it all mean? Does it mean anything at all? Does it matter? And I feel like it was the same thing with the parking meters. It's like people were like sending me images of parking meters and sending me images of miniatures because I put miniatures in the parking meter. I'm like, I have no interest in parking meters. I have no interest in miniatures. I don't have these relationships with things. I remember even a friend of mine, an old friend of mine, when I was working headlong into this project and I made some money, he's like, well, I hope you don't think you're just going to be making parking meters for the rest of your life and making money. And I'm like, I never thought that for a second. It was just a means to an end. And the same thing about this. I don't dream about horses. I don't think about mechanics. I just was like, I had to rescue it, and I have to do something with it because this is just something that I just do. And I told the guy at the gallery, like, I apologize for being impulsive. He's like, well, that's what artists are. They're impulsive people. There's no reason to apologize. And just like, it just kind of was like, I don't know what it all means. And then you look for meaning in things that might not have any meaning. But then why do these things happen? It's like, so like, if it's something that I do and then I come across it randomly, it's like, what if I like if it was a race car driver and I came across like an abandoned race car or something. I don't even know how to explain it in this larger cosmic more meta. I don't even know what I'm talking about. I don't know the proper adjectives. But anyway, that was that was 24 hours of my life. It's also on TikTok and Instagram and wherever else. So if you want to find me on there, you can, and then enjoy the ridiculousness of what I do. And I always think about other things to say, but this is what was on my mind.